Last Tuesday, Sarah pulled into her local Walmart parking lot at 7 a.m., just like she'd done every week for 15 years. Except this time, the doors were chained shut. No warning, no goodbye, just a single piece of paper taped to the glass. This location is permanently closed. She sat in her car and cried. This is happening right now, in towns and cities across America. The stores you grew up with, the places you thought would always be there, are vanishing overnight. And what's coming in 2026 will shock you. If you care about what's happening to your community, hit that like button and subscribe, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why even America's retail giants are quietly preparing for collapse. Welcome to 2026, where the retail apocalypse isn't slowing down, it's accelerating. In the past 18 months, over 15,000 stores have closed across America. We're not talking about small businesses, we're talking about giants, household names, brands that employed millions and anchored entire communities. The perfect storm is here. Inflation that won't quit, wages that can't keep up, organized retail theft draining $120 billion annually, and a middle class that simply cannot afford to shop anymore. This countdown reveals the 10 major chains fighting the hardest battles in 2026. Some are hemorrhaging locations by the hundreds, others are one bad quarter away from bankruptcy, and the number one entry will make you look at your own neighborhood differently. Let's dive into which brands are struggling to survive and what their collapse means for everyday Americans. Number 10. Big Lots. When discount becomes too expensive. Big Lots promise something simple: help working families afford life's necessities. A new couch without taking on debt, holiday decorations that didn't break the bank, small comforts that made a house feel like home. That promise is dead. In 2024, Big Lots shuttered over 500 stores in one of the year's most dramatic retail collapses. By December, bankruptcy filings confirmed what everyone feared. The chain was liquidating everything. The company that survived recessions and market crashes couldn't survive 2024. Here's the devastating irony. Big Lots didn't fail because people stopped wanting cheap furniture. It failed because even bargain prices became too expensive for the families who depended on them. As operational costs exploded, Big Lots got trapped. Customers who once filled carts now carefully select one or two items: paper towels, maybe dish soap. The joy of treasure hunting vanished, replaced by anxious calculations about what fits in shrinking budgets. In the final days of closing stores, employees described showing up to find liquidation signs across windows. Longtime customers share memories of aisles where staff knew their names. When a Big Lots closes in a small town, it leaves a void that often stays empty for years. What's disappearing isn't just a store. It's a financial lifeline for millions watching their options vanish month by month. Number 9. Dollar General. The unraveling safety net. Dollar General represented hope for forgotten America. While other retailers ignored rural communities and working-class neighborhoods, Dollar General showed up. At its peak, 3 new stores opened every single day. The entire business model rested on one assumption: Americans would always need the cheapest possible prices. That assumption is collapsing. Early 2025 brought 140 store closures. More alarming is what's happening inside stores that remain open. Customers visit less, spend less, and buy only absolute necessities. The impulse purchases that drove profits have disappeared. The customers Dollar General depended on, lower-income households, have been devastated. When a bottle of shampoo costs $6 and snacks run $4, calling it a dollar store feels like a cruel joke. Inside many locations, one employee handles register, stocking, cleaning, and security simultaneously. Shelves sit half empty, boxes clutter aisles. These aren't signs of neglect. They're symptoms of a business model stretched beyond breaking. Dollar General isn't dying everywhere. New stores are planned for stronger markets. But here's the tragedy. The communities that needed Dollar General most are precisely where it can no longer afford to operate. Number 8. 7-Eleven. When convenience stops being 24/7. That glowing 7-Eleven sign once meant something sacred. No matter the hour, convenience was guaranteed. The lifeline for night shift workers, the emergency stop for medicine at 3 a.m., the only place open when everything else had closed. That promise is breaking. Late 2024 brought 444 store closures across North America, the largest convenience store retrenchment in history. operating costs have exploded. Insurance premiums doubled. Crime makes 24-hour operations dangerous and financially impossible. Franchise owners report daily shoplifting. Others can't find employees willing to work overnight. The risk grew while profits vanished. The changes are visible everywhere. Stores close at midnight for the first time in decades. Steel gates cover windows. Plexiglass barriers separate cashiers from customers. In neighborhoods that relied on 7-Eleven for late-night essentials, the closures feel like abandonment. Modern American life was built assuming convenience never sleeps. But when staffing, security, and theft losses exceed midnight revenue, the 24/7 model dies. For seniors, new parents, and overnight workers, losing that reliable convenience store isn't inconvenient. It's destabilizing. The lights that promise safety now flicker with uncertainty. Number 7, Best Buy, the empty showroom. There was a time when Best Buy felt like stepping into the future, testing new laptops with your family, teenagers saving for their first quality headphones. It wasn't just shopping, it was experience. That era is ending. Since 2020, dozens of stores have closed, including 24 in fiscal 2024, with another 10-15 planned for 2025. The trend is clear. Fewer stores, smaller footprints, strategic retreat. The problem isn't lack of interest in technology, it's how people buy it. Shoppers treat Best Buy as a showroom, touch products, ask questions, then order from Amazon where prices are lower and delivery is faster. This showrooming has gutted in-store sales. Meanwhile, rent for massive showrooms reaches astronomical levels. Add utilities, insurance, wages, and constant inventory updates, and profit margins evaporate. Older customers hate this shift. They want to physically examine products and hear expert explanations. But with fewer specialists and fewer stores, that experience is vanishing. Best Buy is adapting through online investment and smaller formats. But as those blue buildings disappear, one truth emerges. When even technology retailers can't justify physical space, the implications extend far beyond electronics. Number 6, Subway. The crumbling sandwich empire Subway was America's unofficial lunchroom. Fresh-baked bread aroma, custom sandwich assembly, friendly service. At its peak, over 27,000 US locations made Subway nearly ubiquitous. That empire is crumbling. 2024 saw 600-plus location closures, pushing the footprint below 20,000 stores for the first time in decades. Compared to its mid-2010s peak, Subway has lost 7,600 locations. For the world's former largest restaurant brand, the reversal is stunning. Customers complain consistently. Quality has declined. Bread tastes stale. Vegetables look tired. Staff seem exhausted. Aggressive overexpansion created situations where multiple Subways competed for the same customers, bankrupting franchise owners. American tastes evolved too. Consumers want authentic, local food, not mass-produced formulas. Fast casual chains offering fresh ingredients captured Subway's market. The most telling change isn't menus, it's atmosphere. Subway used to feel welcoming, now it just feels tired, one longtime customer explained. That sentiment, echoed across thousands of locations, reveals emotional disconnection between brand and consumer. Subway attempts reinvention through streamlined menus and modernized designs. Whether it can reverse a decade of decline remains uncertain. Number 5, Walgreens. The healthcare desert expands. Walgreens served as the neighborhood healthcare hub for generations. Prescription refills, essential items, late-night medicine runs. In rural communities, Walgreens was often the most reliable healthcare access point for miles. That reliability is evaporating. Late 2024 brought shocking news. 1,200 store closures over 3 years, roughly 14% of nationwide locations. About 500 stores close in 2025 alone. The message is clear: the traditional pharmacy model is broken. Pressures converge from every direction. Commercial rent climbs. Pharmacy wages surge amid staffing shortages. Insurance and security costs explode. Retail theft evolved from nuisance to financial crisis. Many Walgreens now keep entire aisles behind locked plexiglass. Basic items require staff assistance. These theft prevention measures backfire by frustrating customers and reducing foot traffic. further shrinking crucial sales. The human cost hits immediately. In Arizona, rural Ohio, and throughout the South, seniors drive 20-30 miles for prescriptions. A 71-year-old explained, "I don't understand online ordering. I just want to talk to a real pharmacist who knows me." For millions of Americans, especially older adults, a pharmacy isn't just retail. It's where healthcare still feels personal and accessible. Walgreens frames closures as strategic optimization. Communities call it abandonment. Number 4, Macy's. The end of an era. Macy's was more than shopping, it was tradition. Holiday window displays that drew crowds, escalators gliding past endless floors of possibility, that iconic red star glowing above cities, families created memories, teenagers bought prom dresses and first suits. That tradition is ending. Early 2024 brought brutal news. Over 150 locations closing within 3 years, including 66 in 2025 alone. This isn't adjustment. It's wholesale retreat from regions, suburbs, and downtowns where Macy's defined retail identity. Inside remaining stores, decline is painfully visible. Sparse merchandise, multiplying clearance racks, dim lighting. Employees describe museum-like atmosphere, quiet and solemn. Some speak emotionally about lowering the Macy's sign. It felt like America was losing part of itself. The causes are familiar but powerful. Online shopping redefined convenience. Rising rent and labor costs made department stores economically impossible. Consumers who browsed weekly now carefully calculate every purchase. Even holiday shopping rushes no longer deliver guaranteed crowds. Former Macy's locations become apartments, offices, fulfillment centers, even schools. It's symbolic. What once represented aspiration is now repurposed for utilitarian practicality. The American dream, downsized into square footage. Number 3, Kroger, the grocery giant. Tightening its belt, Kroger has long been the backbone of American grocery shopping, where weekly routines begin: fresh produce, pantry staples, quick dinner solutions. In suburbs and mid-sized cities, Kroger anchors daily life. Even this titan feels unprecedented pressure. While reporting modest growth on paper, underlying strain is undeniable. Labor costs climb sharply. Insurance, utilities, and freight expenses grow quarterly. Food inflation erodes thin margins. The ambitious $25 billion Albertsons merger was blocked by regulators, leaving hundreds of stores in uncertain limbo. Kroger quietly closes locations, focusing on strongest markets. These closures don't make headlines but leave familiar scenes. Empty parking lots, shuttered entrances, faded hiring signs. Customer behavior shifted dramatically. Weekly shoppers now come monthly, calculating gas costs and impulse purchases. Some switch to Aldi or Lidl, others order online. Even loyal customers admit grocery shopping feels more expensive and less meaningful. Employees describe shorter shifts, fewer colleagues, and persistent sense that the traditional model, big stores, big staff, big inventory, is financially unsustainable. Kroger isn't collapsing, but it's tightening and fundamentally rethinking operations. If companies this established struggle, what happens to smaller regional chains? Number 2, fast food chains, when quick and cheap dies. For generations, America ran on fast food. It fueled busy families, night workers, road trips, childhood weekends. Quick burgers, cheap sodas, predictable menus. It wasn't glamorous, but reliably affordable. That reliability is dead. The biggest change, fast food, is no longer cheap. Between 2019 and 2024, prices at McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's jumped 40%. Meals that felt affordable now cost $10.15. Families who grabbed weekly takeout now carefully deliberate. Dollar menus disappeared. Hundreds of locations closed as traffic slowed and expenses surged. Franchise owners report skyrocketing electricity, rent, and insurance, while customers order fewer combos. Value meal promotions haven't reversed declining traffic. The decline isn't purely economic, it's emotional. Taking my kids to McDonald's used to feel special. Now it just feels empty, a 62-year-old explained. That fading joy fundamentally reshapes how America eats. Younger generations prefer healthier, local options. Middle-aged consumers recognize health consequences. Older adults crave genuine meals, not rushed calories between exhausting obligations. Fast food isn't disappearing but losing the cultural dominance it held for 50 years. If chains that fed America affordably for decades struggle, what happens to the biggest retailer of all? Number one, Walmart, when the center cannot hold. For half a century, Walmart has been the center of American life, where families bought groceries, where parents stocked school supplies, where retirees walked aisles each morning. In small towns, Walmart is the economic heartbeat: jobs, foot traffic, tax revenue, community. Even this colossus feels landscape shifting strain. Despite generating over $650 billion annually, Walmart faces an intensifying threat: retail theft and organized shoplifting. Shrink now costs retailers $120 billion yearly. Walmart publicly acknowledges losses are unsustainable. In certain locations, stores close with little warning. When Walmart closes, devastation reverberates. Hundreds lose jobs, tax revenue evaporates, entire surrounding plazas go dark. Economic impact extends far beyond one retailer. Pressures aren't limited to theft. Wage increases, utility bills, insurance premiums, and security costs erode margins. Simultaneously, middle-income customers dramatically tighten spending, making fewer trips and shifting to online orders requiring different infrastructure. Walmart's response: massive investment in automation, robotics, and AI logistics. The strategy boosts efficiency but signals fundamental shifts. Fewer stores, leaner staffing, a different retail model entirely. For older Americans, this feels intensely personal. Many describe Walmart as what made them feel connected, a reliable routine in unpredictable times. When neighborhood Walmart closes, they lose more than convenience. They lose belonging, stability, community. Walmart isn't collapsing, but evolving in ways reflecting undeniable truth. If a corporation this massive, this dominant is tightening and retreating, then forces reshaping retail aren't temporary. They're permanent structural changes. What disappears with Walmart isn't just a store, it's the gravitational center holding entire communities together. Conclusion: the new reality. The struggles across these 10 retailers represent more than isolated business challenges. They're symptoms of deeper transformation reshaping everyday American life. Rising costs, shrinking margins, and accelerating online shopping created conditions for retail apocalypse where even iconic brands are forced to retreat or reinvent entirely. Communities feel impact first: longer drives for essentials, fewer late-night options, entire plazas going dark. The convenience previous generations took for granted is quietly disappearing. Yet within disruption, something unexpected emerges. Smaller independent shops and local businesses step into spaces once dominated by national chains, rebuilding human connection in ways large retailers no longer can. As 2026 unfolds, the question becomes personal. How close will the next closure come to your neighborhood? Which familiar store will you find permanently dark one day? Another piece of your community erased? The retail apocalypse isn't coming, it's here, it's happening now, and it's reshaping the places we call home. If this opened your eyes to what's really happening, subscribe, because there's far more ahead than most realize. The closures we covered are just the beginning of changes that will define the next decade. The landscape is changing. Are we ready for what comes next?